What's up, YouTubers? Johnny DIY here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a cheap and easy DIY circular saw guide right here. If you guys are new to my channel, do me a favor, click the subscribe and the notification bell so you can get all my new videos. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so here it is. It's just two pieces of plywood put together, and what it allows us to do is we can run our circular saw along this middle part on either side. It's a great alternative if you don't own a table saw. You can use it to rip down full sheets of plywood into more manageable sizes, and it's a lot cheaper alternative than buying a full 8-foot long track saw. Now, what kind of wood I'm going to be using today to build it is 1/4-inch plywood. I have this left over. Now, if you need to go out and buy plywood, I suggest buying either 1/4-inch or 3/8-inch sheathing plywood. I suggest making it in either a 4-foot length or an 8-foot length. That way you can either do cross cuts across plywood, or with an 8-foot you can do full long cuts. To save yourself a lot of work, if you're going to the home center already, a lot of them can actually cut the wood there. So just have them cut an 8-foot long section of 4 inches wide. That's going to be the guide section that we run our saw against, and then a 10-inch wide section. That's going to be the part we put the guide on. So why 4 inches? That's because we want the guide part to be able to clear the total width of our saw, and you're also going to want to think about your clamps. You don't want to be running your saw along your guide and hit your clamps with the saw. So 4 inches I've found is plenty wide. Okay, so if you're going to be doing the cutting at home, the problem is we need both sides of this guide perfectly straight. So this edge right here is the factory cut edge of the plywood, but then the other side we need flat too. So I got another sheet of plywood, and we're going to use the factory edge as a guide so we get two perfect ones. Now I'll go ahead and cut that 10-inch wide piece. Now this piece you don't have to focus on getting it perfect like the 4-inch piece. 4-inch piece is the one you really want to take your time and line it up so you can get a nice straight edge. Okay, now we just need to glue this 4-inch piece on the 10-inch piece, and we're going to make sure that we have a little bit of extra room on both sides of the guide. That way we can trim off the excess and we'll have that perfect cut. So we're just going to use some wood glue. And then I'll just use my combination square to line it up. Put a couple nails in it to tack it in. Once it's dry, we can go ahead and unclamp it. Okay, all that's left to do now is do our cut on the left side and the right side of our guide. Now I do want to mention that this is only going to work for the one saw you cut it with, so pick your favorite saw, or you're going to need to make multiple ones of these guides. So this first one we'll do the big one with the guide on the right. Now with it flipped around, we're going to do it with the guide on the left, the smaller side. Okay, now we just got to square up these edges. Just line it up, clamp it down. Alright guys, so that is it. That is how to build a nice little circular saw guide for your saw for cheap. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get all my new videos. Thanks for watching Johnny DIY. Keep on doing it yourself, guys. Take care.